The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.
Welcome to Season 8 of the Formal Gamer podcast. Fickle the Bard, Burnham the Monk, and Methuselah the Magic User begin their quest in chains, but end up in the middle of a conflict they don't truly understand. Malevolent magical forces are at work in the town of Dulasar, with defiant dragonborn, guarded gnolls, and cunning kobolds fighting for supremacy. Will our three heroes be able to escape and discover why their life seems to be draining away? Especially as their own demons seem to be getting in the way of their progress. Sometimes literally.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 23 of season 8 of the Formal Gamer podcast. This is the third time I've recorded that intro because I kept forgetting what season it was. Thanks once again for people who found us on Facebook and Twitter and people who have left lovely iTunes reviews. They really do help us keep the podcast sort of afloat with new listeners coming in. As always, we do appreciate anyone who is pointing the podcast out to friends and stuff. That is really useful. We don't really have any budget for marketing, so you guys really are our marketing budget. So thank you all for that. We are at Dragonmeet today, so look out for these episodes to come out later in the year. I hope you like them. We won't do as many this time. I think I'll compile them into sort of 1 or 2 big episodes, hopefully. But more important than any of that is that you enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Formal Gamer podcast.
Hello! Did you miss us?
I'm so glad I drove so far to come and listen to Robin record an episode where I had to sit in a bedroom and not do anything. Hurrah!
We did do some stuff in the bedroom.
Well,
you did some...
Anyway, moving on.
Not go into that.
That was last week, this is this week.
Methuselah's very quiet.
No, Danny did some tightrope walking, and I edited my own podcast, Girls on Tour podcast.
Shameless plug.
And Jules told me I looked like a Muppet.
Right. I mean, like, yeah, and if you come to Dragonmeet, you can meet us all and work out whether you think that's true.
Except for this will be going out after Dragonmeet. This will be going out the week of Dragonmeet. So if you're listening to this now and run down to Hammersmith in London, you might be able to meet us. But you'll have to have downloaded this episode today, as it's been released.
I mean, we know you will have because you are a loyal listener.
Yes.
Just one.
So the guys of you in Australia, why aren't you on a flight already? Idiots.
Good day, mates.
Yep.
Well,
Australians love it when you do that. Anyway.
I don't give a brass razoo what they like.
Right.
I mean, that was surprisingly good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's annoying because we can't really mock it.
I'm going to guess that Australian might think it wasn't so good.
I mean, to the
untuned ear.
Yeah.
Tom's so jealous of my talent.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
So they're lucky they get podcasts in prison anyway.
So Tully bursts into the basement room where you are trying to... No, it's like...
There are 2 Tullys! Either come in or go out! Pick one!
I'm rewinding, because we've obviously had a little bit of a gap.
I see you.
He bursts in. And the first thing you notice...
is the DM going through his notebook?
Yes!
Tully's got a notebook on him.
Burnham, they're upstairs. And Burnham, you look at Tully. He's covered in blood. He looks severely injured. Oh
no!
He's got
Is he
an
bloodied?
arrow sticking out of the front of his shoulder. His clothes appear like he's just been running through bushes, just like without care for anything.
Sounds like he could be on Prime Minister.
He's muddy. He's got blood coming from the wound in his shoulder. He's got blood coming from a wound in his head, and he has got blood all over his lower trouser area.
And say it slower.
And his hands and his arms are covered in blood.
Methuselah does a double take, because on first entry he looked fine. But now, when he does a double take, he's like, actually, you look completely different from how I first noticed you come in this room.
Yeah. Who'd have thought that?
Yeah, I'm looking at Arook now and I'm thinking, what did you do? He's not in the room, I'm looking at you, Robin.
Oh, right.
Why is Tully now covered in blood? It's as if time went backwards quickly. You open the door again and you're like, hang on a minute.
Some would say that Tully's lucky to be alive.
I think I've just had my go. So I double foot some of the crystal I picked up.
Is it my go after Burnham?
I just stand there, I guess I'm over, so I'm just standing there looking shocked.
I will be honest, I hadn't written down from when we played a couple of weeks ago the order of... Oh, no, I had, actually.
Wow.
Kobold, Fickle, Burnham, Methuselah.
Methuselah.
Why am I bloody last again? But now I'm actually first! Marvellous!
Well, that might have been for another one, but we're going to take that as it is. Sorry. Right. Methuselah.
What's the layout of the room? What we got? I've cast mirror image last turn. There are a whole bunch of me.
Yes.
What kobolds have I got near me? What moongracks?
You have got a moongrack in front of you, and there are 4 other moongracks
In the corners
in the corners of the room.
Do you not want to ask, before you leap into attacking, dear Methuselah, do you not want to ask what Tully means by, they're upstairs?
Well, we're kind of in combat, though.
You are.
So
It's
You
a
can
tricky
still
one.
shout.
You can still shout. You won't be able to have an extended
It's a free
conversation.
action.
But if you wanted to have a quick... Tell us what the fuck's happened!
I'll shout. What I'll do is I'll do my attack. So I've got my shillelagh power, where my quarterstaff is covered in vines and imbued with magical power. I'm going to try and smack Moongrack on the face with my shillelagh.
Okay.
7 plus
5?
12. Probably not that great.
That's not a hit, I'm afraid. You still
Bollocks!
have your movement, and if you wanted to shout...
I'll disengage and also do it in a twirly manner, where all the mirror images of myself twirl around in a disengage. And I'll turn back and shout, Tully, are we all clear upstairs? Or are we fucks?
The gnolls are here.
Oh, that's good, because we've got to deal with them.
Oh, we did have a deal with them, as long as we didn't kill their one representative.
Oh, yes! Yes! Well, I feel like... Well...
Fickle may have immediately murdered that representative. I completely forgot about our deal with the gnolls.
Well...
Shit.
Teddy isn't here right now.
It wasn't his head be here?
Yes, it is! Teddy is here, actually.
So, you think that where you dropped the head, it would have landed on the pedestal in front of you. So if it was going to be where it was when you dropped it, it would have been there.
They might have cleared it up.
They come in, seen a Noel's decapitated head and moved it. Rude.
Roll, just at the end of your go, roll a perception with me.
No, not
No,
really.
you don't know.
What have I got? Where is perception on this darn thingy? Yes, 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. No, you don't know. Fickle. You knocked the crystal off. Burnham stamped on it.
I say, can you hold the crystal while I chop it?
Time for a munch!
If not, drop it and I'll go for it on the floor.
Just throw it in the air and she'll chop it in midair.
Don't make it harder.
Yeah, I'll put it on the floor in front of you quickly.
I'm going to strike
Are you
it.
going to hold it, or are you...
I'll, have my fingers either side, but really, my arms like that, like holding an American football in place. You know, that sort of oh, fucking hell.
Okie dokie. Oh, fuck. I'm going to use lucky to re-roll a 6.
Okay.
Oh, I got an 8. Oh, fuck.
So you...
So wait, there's a plus. 10.
So plus 10?
10.
10 total.
Yeah.
So you swing with your short sword, and as you do it, you feel Sita rubbing your ears, and you feel like a little bit of light just trickle down your arm into the sword, as if you've a piece of luck has occurred. You slam the sword down onto the crystal. Luckily, it doesn't hurt.
Burnham.
Burnham.
Yeah, it's a real relief.
Yes, very lucky. It doesn't appear to do any damage to the crystal.
So not a chip, not anything.
Not a chip, not anything. Roll me an insight, please, Fickle.
12 with a plus of insight 2, so 14.
It appears to be brighter than when Burnham stood on it.
I quickly put it down my tunic.
I'm still holding it, I think, like in place.
I
can throw it up to you. I'll give it
Yeah.
to you. I don't know if the DM would. Yeah,
I say,
you're fine with that.
Burnham, I guess, could I trade my movement to kind of shove
Yeah.
it up my top?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The second you start opening your top up, Burnham closes his eyes and puts his hands over
I
his head.
don't open my top up. I push it up under the bottom of my top.
Too late. You said you did it.
I didn't say I pull my top open, you misogynists.
I think it's called pervert, actually.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, I forget to use the nomenclature. I thought you called it Willy. What? Oh, sorry. Okay. So what happened? So I put the crystal at my top, and then I say,
You feel it feels like it's starting to be quite hot next to your skin.
like a good hot, like
No.
it's imbuing me with. But was it hot on your hands, Burnham?
Yes.
Is it
But
burning?
then it made, when you hit it, it made even brighter, so I think it's become even hotter. So when I stamped on it, it was quite bright, and then you hit it with your sword, it went very bright.
So I say, Xita, I've put the crystal in my tummy pouch. Can you rub it?
Rub what?
She gets to go as well, right? So she's on my back.
Yep.
So I want her to put her hand on the crystal inside my jumper.
Okay.
Not a jumper, because obviously I'm adventuring. I left the jumpers at home. In my relaxing clothes.
This is going to burn a child's
In my-
hands.
But obviously if it's hot, she's not going to keep rubbing it. But
So she's on your back at the moment. So you grab her, or she
no,
climbs
she's
round.
on my back. So
She climbs around and puts her hand up your top.
see if because she rubs my ears and light energy comes, right?
Yep.
So I'm seeing what happens if good light magic.
She rubs the crystal, and you say, "Oh, it's hot."
Okay, stop rubbing it. We need to probably
Let
run
me take
away.
it out of your top as well. I'm worried that you're going to get hurt.
Oh yeah.
I just think there's probably safer places to keep it than next to your bear skin.
When she puts it under her top, the light that had sort of lit the entire room obviously becomes obscured, but it is so powerful. It is the light is coming through the cracks in the fibres of the top that you're wearing. So you're not wearing armour, are you? You're wearing
I think I'm wearing studded, maybe.
Okay,
I can't
but
remember.
It pierces through the sort of fabric and the links in between what you're wearing.
Does it?
With such
Do you think
brightness.
if we can cast it into darkness or something, it will work?
And
I think it's energy.
whilst it is under your top, it's there for a few seconds while Sita comes around and rubs it. Even in that little bit of time where it's been under your top, the heat intensity of it is such that you literally have to drop it out of the bottom of your top. It seems like the energy that's coming out of it has been contained almost and refracted once you've hidden it up there, and that has made the intensity of the heat develop.
Okay, I drop it, and then I guess I don't have any movement left, so I just go into defensive stance.
Okay, the kobold's turn. So it's Fick and Burnham, Methuselah. We'll put Tully at the end there, and the kobold.
This is going to be good.
There is a meat explosion.
Meat explosion.
Yeah, there is a meat explosion as a body falls down the well and is rent in half as it hits the pedestal, which is directly under the sort of opening of the hole, and is cut in two, literally just severed in half, and then the central bit of this kobold's body just explodes in a meat shower.
Are the rest of the moon cracks still fine?
They are. You see them take a shudder and almost a knee, especially the one directly in front of you, Methuselah, seems particularly affected by it for whatever reason. But there is a meat shower just everywhere. Blood, gore, viscera,
Midian.
clouded. You feel a lot of this meat shower because obviously the fog grenade that went off a couple of episodes ago is still clouding the room, which is getting brighter. You hear a wail from the other kobolds in the corners of the room. In fact, you've still got your
Yeah, my gaze.
your ears in, haven't you? So you hear them. You hear a cry of no from the one in front of you, and so how I'm trying to remember. You he stabbed you in the face. He got paralysed. Then you cast mirror image, but are you still standing next to him?
Well, I disengaged last time.
You disengaged, you stepped back,
Yeah.
didn't you? Right, okay. He takes a run for the door from which you came into the room, and he double movements towards it. It's not an... you don't get an opportunity because you've disengaged, haven't you? So he runs out towards the door.
I assume none of us are between him and the door.
I believe because you went for the crystal.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went after the crystal as well. So he's got past Tully, who... Yeah, Tully will get an opportunity attack. So this bloody Tully has just...
I can't work out which way this is. This is going to be Tully is bodged and he's about to die. Or Tully's not
he's burst through this room. He's holding... His left arm is sort of lank down by his side. He's holding it with his right. He's stooped over. He's covered in blood and injuries and whatnot. And suddenly he just sees Moongrak running towards him.
Super kick, Tully! Super kick!
And he does indeed step back and just land a crack of a super crick straight under the chin of Moongrak as he runs past.
It's a big old chin as well in those kobolds.
Kobolds have got a big old jaw.
I mean, like he's got a target to aim for,
Yeah.
really. In fact, it's a 20, so let's roll the...
It was a 20! I was sort of hoping when he threw a super kick it wasn't a botch. And his knee falls off.
Something 8.
19.
Oh.
Oh.
You didn't see that. 68.
Nice.
Which I think is just into the...
The pain
So that,
game.
yeah.
Let's have a
But
look.
it's definitely critical damage.
Which, if you go to our Facebook page, the Formal Gamer house rules are on there. Quit strike and weakened. 1 turn disadvantage on next roll.
Wonderful. Let's hope it knocks his jaw off first.
So he takes... Tully is 1d4 plus 3, so he takes 7 damage.
Wonderful.
Okay. And makes it out
Hang on, that's
towards
Robin's
the
line.
door.
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah, wonderful.
Oh, yes.
The
Wonderful.
other Moongraks...
I don't like this.
The 50,000 Moongraks.
There's only 4 now. Or 4 apart from this one. 5 then.
There's only
bloody
4.
5.
There's only 4 and 1.
2 of them who are in the corners near the door also run towards the door. I don't think you can have more than one opportunity attack, can you? Or in...
No.
You can't, no. So Tully, unfortunately, he super kicks 1 in the face and has to let 2
I
of
feel
them...
probably the most important one. Maybe.
Maybe.
We don't know.
You don't know.
He shunned the
Are you
most.
doing Mira's tricks on Abu again?
I'm trying. Or am I?
Speak about the tricks, they don't work.
So the other 2 run and you see them running down the corridor. As the 3 run down the corridor, you see them jumping over something as they're going down the corridor, and then you see them, as the corridor moves around to the left, disappear towards the bottom of the stairs.
How far are they going?
Well, it's a corridor to the stairs, isn't it?
Yeah.
So a double movement.
So they did a double movement. Fine.
Yeah. The other 2 that are in there, one of them tries to attack Methuselah.
Bring it on, you little kobold bitch!
Trying to get my numbers right. And one of them...
How does the mirror image work with attacking? What does that do for you?
Okay, so we've had a look at mirror image because I'm not familiar with it, because I'm not familiar with a lot of things when it comes to
You're unfamiliar.
fighting. And really, we should be rolling to see if they're
Yeah, so-
targeting you or the mirror image.
So, to see by chance which mirror image is the one in the target sights, if I get above a 6, which I have, 15, it's going to be a mirror image which is targeted.
Right. So I paused when I said one of them targets you, because really 2 of them are targeted you. One rolled a 20 and one rolled a 1.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
The
It was the best of times.
Yeah, that's good time to have a mirror image.
So let's roll. In fact,
So the 20 would automatically
Yeah.
pop
Yeah.
a mirror image.
So
Yeah.
whatever attack they're doing is going to hit that mirror image and it's just going to dissipate.
so they're firing out their blue sort of moon bolts, these blue bolts of light with a little fizzle on the end of it, and the sort of the kobold's like, "Oh, I've got you now!" And one fires out, and a little snarl comes out of his face as the mirror image pops, and he realizes that he's wasted what could have been a very, very damaging attack.
So when that attack hits, Methuselah and the mirror images all go to one knee and go, "Oh my god!" And then his husband goes, "No, actually, I know how to do mirror image properly and I don't get hurt." Not like your bullshit, Mooncrack.
Cover your ears.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Mirror.
My go?
No, you little... Right,
Sorry,
phone
I'm
gone.
sorry.
No.
It's only because I'm in combat and I get ignored for ages, so... What are we doing?
You're covering your ears.
Please!
This is why I hate this. I never get to cover my ears unless I make stuff up.
Oh, have more secrets!
Listeners, if you'd like me to have more time alone with the DM,
They don't.
please email at
They won't.
the Formal Gamer Podcast.
They won't.
And if you think this marriage is a real sufferance on my part, please
What's
do
up?
that too.
Right, now...
No, now you can
doing
do
it.
it, because
Yeah.
Bruce has wasted all your
Me
time.
and Robin have no idea what's happening.
He turns to you and he snarls and he says, "Nea's power is limited, my friend. Do you really think this is going to get you so far?"
I'm going to take it all for myself and then throw it down a bloody well, you shitbag.
Well, see how my friend Moongrak feels about that. And then the other one fires the botch out. You can take your ears off.
Do you like my effort?
No, it's terrible.
There's so
More
much
time.
I don't understand. I don't know why you're in the room.
He fires a bolt out at you after a yipping occurs, and it just wings out into the ceiling. A little bit of crumble, a little bit of stone comes down and lands next to you, and you stand there with a smile on your face.
What about the one who rolled a 1?
That was that one.
Oh, that was that one. So it wasn't
So wait,
No.
what did we see happen then?
Just that.
just
You-
missed.
You heard him miss, and you heard some yipping and a smile occur on.
Luckily, Burnham's of no interest in what this is. I'm fascinated, but Burnham doesn't get to care. Whose turn is it now?
It is. I've got to go back pages to where I've written it.
I think it's Burnham.
I think it is Burnham. Yes.
Right. Well, so there's 4 of them in the... No, there's 2 of them in the room with us,
2.
and 3 of them have run away. First of all, Tully, how far away are the gnolls?
They're upstairs, Burnham.
And are those kobolds who just fled from here going to run into the gnolls?
I don't know. I guess so.
They run to stairs which only go up?
Yes.
So...
Well,
I think those kobold Mooncrax ones are just going to run into those gnolls,
so you remember that when you came down that set of stairs, you went into the creche area.
Yeah.
There was also the central staircase that you remember.
Right. I'm just going to have to... my gut instinct is to leave those 3 to the gnolls.
Yeah.
And hope the gnolls deal with them. So, am I within running and drop-kicking distance of either the 2 other Moongrax?
Oh, certainly, yes.
Then, let's get up to a speed of 35 and double drop-kick a Mooncrack.
Right, yeah,
I
go.
mean, that's what Burnham likes to do. 14 plus 5.
That'd be a hit.
Yes! 4 damage. And then I think I'm going to spend my last key point to do a flurry of blows on that one.
Okay.
I think let's take out one of these Mooncracks and we can, like...
As a team, your health's relatively low at the moment, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm on 12. I'm very screwed. So, then I get to do 2 more attacks.
Yep.
So, double drop kick. A punch in the face. 14 with a damage
That's
of...
not a hit.
14 plus 4.
That is a hit.
5, sorry. 21. 14 plus 4 damage.
Okay.
And the last one, no, is a miss.
Okay. So it's
8 damage overall.
8 damage total. Okay. Yes, now it is Methuselah.
I will do
He just had to go separately, but it's fine.
No, I didn't.
Actually, yeah,
Methuselah.
Fickle hasn't had
No,
a
Methuselah got attacked, didn't he?
Yeah.
oh yeah, you got attacked.
Yeah,
Yes, that was you getting
chap.
attacked. Yeah. That
So-
confused me.
He's got it written down. We're not going to trick
I know,
you.
but that did confuse me.
Mira's plan was to confuse you into letting Fickle have more turns, so it doesn't play on a phone as well.
You don't need to narrate my bad alignment. I'm showing off for Robin, aren't I?
I know, he's so pretty.
He's very cute.
So I'm going to. Actually, will I do that?
Robin, look, I can put this in my nose.
I know, I saw the last
No,
two.
Oh God,
I
what
just do
is
things
that?
to make Robin.
Is that my pencil?
No. What? It's a microphone clip.
Oh right, I said that before I looked up, which was perhaps not the way the speech works.
Yeah, just assume it's a pencil and then work out later what it actually is.
Right, I'm going to point my shillelagh staff.
Can you point at the one that I hit already?
I will do.
Thank you.
So the one that's already damaged, and go. As one great mage once said, "Get over here!" And I'm going to fire out a thorn whip.
Do you do any other spells? As a great wizard, I would imagine your repertoire should be huge.
Yeah, I know, but these are the most
Thorn whip's
effective
great
ones.
because I get an opportunity attack as he gets pulled away.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's quite a good.
Yeah.
Little...
It's a nice combo that me and
Yeah.
Methuselah have worked out.
Oh bollocks! No, that's 11 against his AC.
That's not a hit. Does he still get dragged or not?
No,
No.
it's just a miss.
Thorn Whip comes out, lovingly goes over Burnham's shoulder, but unfortunately, Moongrak is sort of quite a small person as well, and it doesn't manage to hit.
What a little fucker!
Yes, Fickle.
I look over at the remaining kobold. Does he look frightened, or does he look
Insight
9?
plus.
No.
That's it with my plus.
He doesn't look like he's quaking in fear, but he does look unsettled.
Okay.
It's quite difficult to read a kobold face.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to work
It's
out
all
if a
teeth.
crocodile's afraid.
And
Yeah.
how far away am I from that kobold?
Movement. This is not a huge room.
Okay. So I look over and I go, Theta, do the Pocky Puka face. And we go, and then put our hands up by our heads and wiggle our fingers and make horrible faces and stick our tongues out.
How much damage does that do?
It basically,
To the group morale, high. To my respect for Fickle.
it means,
Also high.
Critical.
it means you have to, the kobold has to do a 15, he has to get over 13 on a wisdom saving throw.
Right.
And if not, something will happen.
What's going to happen?
We don't know yet. It's going to be exciting when it does.
Building the suspense.
What's it built against?
13.
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom. So
It's got 9.
9. Sure, wisdom can't. Oh, he's a mage.
That's not above that.
Oh yes, well done, Fickle.
What
So
dummies.
basically, the kobold, which is part moon.
So this is the Puka Puka face, is
Yeah.
it? This,
Puka Puka face is an elvish-like game. You go Puka Puka and stick your tongue out and make pull a face. Obviously,
if I was to look in a book,
Yeah.
like a mage book, what would this spell be
Bard
called?
spell, maybe.
Bard
this
spell.
spell would be called Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Right, okay.
Oh, we
And-
may have experienced this before.
But I mean, I would have role-played that so much more funnily, but now you've fucked that by asking me the spell name.
I think you kind of need to know.
Why? Where does that voice come from?
Because I'm the DM.
What does he want to know?
I just think he needs to know.
Hey, Robin, look, I've got this in my nose again.
I know. That's
I was going to role-play what happened.
Go.
So we go Puka Puka la, like this, and the kobold suddenly looks at us and is just can't a choke of laughter. Yip, yip, yip. And he can't stop laughing, and it falls prone and can't stand up.
Okay, yeah, he falls, but I mean, he's quite injured. You look at
Burnham does a big thumbs up, looking, sort of gets his kicking leg ready.
this.
He's incapacitated. He can't stand up, and at the end of its next term, it can try and make a saving throw.
So
Did you
he-
just fart,
he-
Robin?
No.
Robin doesn't do such disgusting and ghost things.
He falls to the floor. The floor in this area, it's clearly a stone floor. There is a thin layer, or not I say thin layer, a relatively thin to thick layer of dust on the floor.
Thin to thick layer, got it.
As in like a thin layer of dust would be on the top of a bookshelf where you put your finger and it's like a couple of millimeters.
It's dusty.
This is more like a sandy dust.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sandy.
So
Yeah.
it's like maybe part of the spells and stuff that they've been doing in here have left a sediment on the floor.
So an unusual amount of dust.
An unusual amount, yeah. So he lands down on the floor there, and this sort of little bit of dust sort of pokes up around the corners where he is, and sort of fizzes up into the air, and he is incapacitated. Does he save on his next roll if he's still alive?
Yeah, the end of his turn.
Okay, yes. Right. Tully is going...
I point at this one and go, kick this one!
He says, I will burn him, but I will be right back. And he runs out into the hallway near to where you saw people
Jumping
over something.
Yes, I wonder who that is. I think someone's body's on the floor. Oh, for fuck's sake, Robin! What have you done this campaign?
And
I wondered what they were jumping over. I thought it was a weird bit of DMing, just added their jumping. And Robin was grinning.
Why is some kobolds ran?
Yeah, no, I think they're leaping over a prone orc out there.
And you see Tully return dragging the bloodied body of an orc into the room.
Tully, why did you kill him?
Yes, Tully, why would you kill him?
Look what you've done to Tully Burnham. He's killed him.
The groaning, bloodied, semi-unconscious body of Arook, as he takes great effort
Hang on
to
a
drag
minute.
him
He's not dead.
drag him into the room.
Sounds like he might be alive still. A little bit.
He has you can see an arrow sticking directly out of his back. So Tully's dragging him face first along the floor. It appears that a lot of the blood that's on Tully may have come from Arook.
Oh, so Tully's fine then. Good.
Well,
He does have an arrow in his shoulder.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
because orcs have black blood, so...
sorry?
Orcs have black blood, right?
Yeah, and he's got blood all over him.
You didn't specify, that's fine.
Not in the formal gamer universe, they've generally had red blood, I think.
Yeah,
I'm just fucking with you, Tom.
but it's very dark red.
Yeah. It's
Very-
also foggy in here.
Yeah, it's also fun.
And there's dust in our eyes.
It's very
And it's
sandy.
with blue
It's
lights.
thick and thin dust.
Yes.
As he drags him in, could everyone roll me a perception, please?
Oh. No, I want to roll. No!
11.
Is that a 4?
6.
Right. Methuselah, you don't think those are kobold arrows, they look like knoll arrows.
I was about to ask Tully, so who was it who beat you up? Who gave you the hiding?
I'm not sure how much conversation we can have.
No.
Yeah,
right
aren't you
now.
still in the middle of a
And that is Tully's... That's
I'm
Tully's...
fine. I've got 3 mirror images sparkling around.
I'm really up for finishing off the guys on my feet.
Oh, really?
I can't get the energy to kick him right now.
So that's
Oh.
Tully's turn.
Is mirror image concentration?
It's shattered anyway.
It's finished.
No, it's
He has 3, so
Yeah,
only
there's
one of
3.
his is.
Oh, right, I thought the whole thing shattered.
No,
Oh, you've
no.
still got... Oh, right, yes, it's
Just
concentration.
checking, like, if he needs to roll a concentration roll for that.
No,
spell.
not really. I'm quite a powerful wizard.
I always leave that sort of stuff to you to...
No, I don't. It says so. In my diary.
He
my
also has.
spellbook.
I don't. Have you? Oh no, you have had a turn since then.
No
Yeah,
one's
you did a
tickled
thorn
me.
whip.
Yeah.
I assumed it was like you deploy mirror image and then
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay, it's not concentration.
Yeah, shut your mouth. Haven't you got barding to do? Why you mind your own barding? Leave my mirror images alone.
Kobold's turn. So the kobold rolls to save. Oh, can I have my...
Yeah, but he can't do anything else.
Is it...
No pluses, it's just his wisdom.
so does he
Wisdom plus his d20
So
roll.
what is it, you got to beat your 13 still, or are you just beating?
Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
get... So does he get his wisdom modifier?
Yeah.
He does, then he saves.
Okay, well, he can't do anything else.
Nope, so that guy is saved.
We could take him hostage.
He's still prone.
Let's get the other one.
This is the injured one. We could get the other one hostage.
So the other one, you are all in the way for him if he was going to run out. You hear a yipping, and some of you hear something, so I'm afraid hands over ears apart from Methuselah.
Let's see, it means you.
So fucking annoying.
This campaign's stupid. I hate
In
you.
the next
Well,
campaign,
I love you, really.
If people
in the
have...
next campaign, I want a fucking single episode like Robin had, and I want.
I'm not sure you want the episode that Robin had, because
Okay.
your character might not have made it.
We can go unicorn shopping or something. In mine.
Okay. You hear a yipping, and Methuselah, you hear the translation from this Moongrak, and he says to you, he shouts towards you. He says, "I have no wish to die, but if I do, it'll save the rest of me. And enjoy that crystal while you can." And then he runs towards
And this
you.
is the remaining one. Okay.
No! Any advice, Methuselah?
Yes, basically he said, "Bring it, bitches!"
And he runs towards Methuselah. And he rolls a 2.
So it doesn't even pop one of your mirror images. Just 3 Methuselah still.
And burn him.
Well, this guy's prone, isn't he, still? Because he only saved, so he didn't manage to get up.
It is. Burnham, roll me an insight.
Burnham's not very insightful, famously. Oh, 20!
Wow. I'll take that. I'll take that as a perception /
Very
insight.
insightful.
He appears to have a crystal round his neck on a chain.
Oh!
Very similar to the one which you saw on the floor.
For that much insight, can I see how many hit points he has left? Roughly.
You reckon you could... Oh, what's your... You don't have a key
I normally
point
do
left.
about, I'd say on average, like 4 damage normally. Sort of 4 or 5 damage normally.
You reckon you might be able to kill him, yes.
Right, okay. Well, takes a little bit of a step back and just goes for a penalty kick against this guy's head is my general plan. It's not clever, it's not like a particularly wide, classy move, but I think it's effective in this sense. I get advantage because he's prone.
Yes, you do.
20.
Oh.
We've had a lot of 20s.
I'm very good at D&D. I think people need to respect me more. No.
Here you go.
I think we're very supportive of
Thank
Burnham
you.
and his super kick.
Oh, sugar my plums.
No, thank you.
Something 9. 79.
Ooh.
I'm assuming I kill him.
Yes.
If you said I could kill him with that, that's
So
crit damage.
I don't even need
Yeah,
to
you
look.
don't-
I don't need to look at the table.
Does
He
he
looks
fall
up
through?
and you hear a yip, and you football kick,
Golazzo!
and his nose and snout become an internal organ, and
Ew.
they get shoved back into his face with a massive kick,
Ow.
and he is in a bloody mess on the floor.
Did the other kobold see this?
Mm-hmm.
I just turned and pointed him. You're next.
Can I search the?
Yep.
Can I search the robes?
Oh yeah, actually, can I take the thing off him?
So you've done your attack. You've got your action. You can go for the crystal.
Yeah,
yes,
minor action.
if you wish. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up that crystal.
Okay.
Is it hot? Okay, we need to. That's a lot of stairs to go up.
Okay.
We're not near the poo room right now. Mira's whispering plans to me, and like they're good plans, but logistically difficult.
Everyone needs a poop.
Okay. You take the crystal off him, and what are you doing with it?
Just looking at it, really.
It's hot. Be careful.
Is it?
You could wrap it in his cloak. We could take the cloak off the kobold, put the crystal in the cloak, and throw it.
Is this emitting light from it?
It is emitting light.
Is it hot?
It's not.
Okay. Does it look as sturdy as the other one?
Yes.
Could you eat it?
No,
enough to swallow?
a halfling couldn't. No, I think it'd be a massive choking hazard even to an orc. It's like the size of a fist.
What, the one round his neck?
Yeah, it's the
size
same
of-
as the
Oh.
other one.
Oh, the same as.
Oh, I
There's
thought
more
it was
than
like
one
a shard.
crystal.
Oh.
This is
Okay.
a joke.
I put it on. I run
No,
over.
you haven't got it.
I run over and grab it.
I've got it. It's mine.
You can't monosty that.
Oh,
Fickle gets out
monitoring's going
popcorn.
to become so powerful.
Fickle gets out popcorn and watches the two of them tussle over a crystal.
He's not. He's
No, I'm not really there. I'm kind of looking over, eyeing it up, like a magpie.
Right, that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
I'm just holding it and looking at it. Holding it tightly.
Methuselah.
I suppose I should. This last bloody one ran up to me, did he?
He did, yes.
All right, all my mirror images are gonna encircle him, moving around in a spiral pattern. We all lift up our shillelagh and take a whack. Nope. 16.
That's a hit.
Wonderful.
Well done.
What's that now? With your shillelagh power, 1d8 plus 5?
Yes. If only we had a D8 in this bloody place.
I haven't got any of my dice out.
That's 9 damage.
Only one.
9 damage.
So whack him with. We all whack him together to do 9 damage.
So he doesn't know which one it is.
No.
Whacking Phoenix.
I mean, it's a pun, but I don't know for what purpose, apart from to say the name of actor Joaquin Phoenix.
He's a patron. He's on our podcast.
Oh, is he on the?
Yeah, we're actually contractually obliged to say his
Say his
name
name.
once an
I
episode.
mean, we have mentioned last few episodes Patreon a few times. We do not have a Patreon.
Well, actually, the boys don't know, but I've set up one. And I've spent all of the money on glittery dice.
I'm kind of fine with that.
Yeah, that's
I'll show
fine.
you if you come and find us at Dragonmeet.
By the time they finish listening to the episode, they missed it.
4 shillelaghs come down on...
3. Because one of them
One
got popped.
Right, yes. 3 shillelaghs come down on this guy from 3 separate directions.
That's why it's 9 damage, because it's equal between 3.
Like it, yes.
Maths.
Yes. And they seem to do significant damage to him. He is still standing, though. You think it wouldn't take much more.
Who's going next?
You could, there's blood coming out of his teeth. With this hit, a couple of teeth came out, lost into the... I threw my pen across the room, lost into the dust on the floor.
Does Fickle see that attack?
Yes.
She pukes.
Again?
Why are you puking?
Because teeth came out.
How does the child react to the fact that we're killing a lot of things? Like, she just watched me kick a kobold's face in. Does this child not... She's going to have PTSD.
At the moment, I'd like to roleplay that she's kind of... I told her to hide if things get scary. She's probably tuck her down behind my head, just... I don't know. I imagine
She only had
unless
to pop out to stroke a crystal you put up your tunic.
Why?
And her ears when she wants to feel
My
lucky.
tunic is my own business.
Whether a crystal, a child's hand, it's all these things.
Pickle.
I rush over to Arook.
Okay. Nice that somebody cares.
Oh yeah, I've forgotten about
Well,
that.
I didn't. We didn't know.
Robin just listening to an episode of the podcast. This is the most he's ever heard.
Because obviously we didn't see him, that it was him, until Tully dragged him in. Because Tully didn't think to say anything.
To be fair to Tully, there hasn't really been much opportunity,
Well-
but yes.
To be fair to Tully, that is bullshit. But never mind.
Only
And,
15 seconds has passed, surely. It goes to 6 seconds or
1d4
whatever.
plus spell modifier.
18 seconds.
So I would like to cast Healing Word on Arook.
Lovely.
Hey,
And
save
I
some of
say-
that healing word for me, big girl.
Big girl. Sita pops around from Fickle's head and they look at each other sideways and get mouth big girl. And then Sita goes, what a fucking idiot. And then, is that my daddy now? Oh, no, it's not your daddy, Sita. Don't you worry.
Legally I am, yeah.
We haven't talked about an adoption. And I don't know if you've got any other runts running around.
I have.
What?
Are you guys
Right,
actually having
let's-
a
And while
conversation?
we're at it, Methuselah, if I find out who this bloody Naya is, another woman you're married
It's
to,
fine, don't get... No, there's no more children. I normally go to Browntown, don't worry.
can I... Okay, good to know. You're not going to my
Is that Led
Browntown. They can't...
Yes, yes. You
Okay.
look on the formalgamer.com, there's a map with Browntown on it.
As long as you know the cargo
Up the link.
bay doors are firmly closed to my Browntown, that's none of your beeswax. Now,
Is that what people use as some sort of stimulant around here? Beeswax?
Yes.
so Fickle's going to chuckle to herself and cast a healing word, and she goes, "Orc, please talk. Let me make you wake." You understand? Hold my hand. And then if it works, he'll hold my hand. So I cast a spell for 4 hit points worth of recovery for him.
You got
Arook.
4 hit points, Arook.
How do you feel about that, Arook?
Well, it depends how long it's been and whether I've...
You're stabilised and you have...
Oh, he
So
was
you now-
But the time it's taken for me to get there and be
You've been
safe-
dragged and, so you now have 7 hit points, I think.
Okay, 7.
Oh, he didn't need healing at all then.
Yeah, he's got more health than me now.
You said
Oh
the
wait,
body.
7
He
after
did.
the +4 or...
No, total.
Now you have 7.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't
right,
need healing.
He probably did.
may
Yeah,
have died.
I was close.
Let's just say he was bleeding out.
But orc shamans are always dying and coming back from the death. That's like their thing.
He's a wizard. He's not a shaman.
Oh, right.
you should recognise a wizard.
Yes, of course. I was testing him to see if he knew if he was a shaman or a wizard.
I think there was a little bit of confusion on his part whether he was a wizard or a shaman. But anyway.
I think he's a shaman.
So,
So did he.
Fickle, you go over, you cast your lovely little ditty, which I was actually very impressed with. Well done.
I can take an inspiration point if you want.
You're working your way towards one, yes.
Okay.
You're working your way towards
I know
one.
they weigh you down. Like,
Oh, what, on my shoulders? The inspiration points? Yeah.
Literally,
It's like a
that's
bat-
where he keeps them on his shoulders.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah. It's like a bag of gold around my neck, except it's on my
Then 4
shoulders.
live birds that he had sitting on his shoulders.
he looks like Joan Collins in an episode of Dynasty. But that's without
Don't get
Yeah,
that
that's nothing to do with the inspiration point.
Yep.
That's just what normal average
Alice,
looks like.
if you're listening.
Yes, Arook. I'm going to stick you after Tully. You're back in the room.
I'm pissed off that I've wasted a spell slot.
You haven't wasted a spell slot.
Yes.
Why do you think
the
you've-
players back to
Why
life
do you
from
think
the
you've
dead?
wasted a
Because
spell
he
slot?
already, in her mind, he already had 3 hit points. That's enough to carry on with.
I'll tell you, if he was suffering from wound damage, he would have lost another 3 hit points in
Was
this
his lung
turn.
full of blood?
Beg your pardon?
Did you give him a field
Did
massage?
you give him? Was his lung bleeding?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. The arrow had gone straight through next to his spine and into one of his lungs.
So when I cast a spell, the arrow goes bloop and plops out, and that you hear go.
okay,
as the lung
yeah.
Reinflates.
Arook, you don't have an arrow in your back anymore.
Well, I had 2, so... Is one gone or are both gone?
I didn't get rid of the one in the spine, but I got rid of the one
So
in the
he's
lung.
paralysed. You can breathe, but you're paralysed still.
I promise, like, well, I do have 2 arrows. Could have just taken the win of not having arrows in it, but no, role playing is more important than saving your character sometimes. I do have 2 arrows actually.
Okay. Fickle, is there anything else you want to do on this turn?
I shout, the orc is up. And we haven't finished this discussion. Not about Browntown, about Nyla, Naylor, and why you went all flushed and shouted about her.
I'm fighting!
in the climax of the battle.
Sorry, I can't hear because I'm fighting!
And Fickle is very surprised at the sudden spout of jealousy she felt it flare in her heart.
For a sham marriage, it's a bit weird.
To be continued.
This is a sham marriage, then Burnham's got some kicking to do.
Oh, dear. Tully moves to the door and shuts the door in this room.
Tully, that's a very foreboding thing to do.
And he stands and... he sits with his back towards the door, clearly exhausted and clearly incredibly injured.
Tully, I think you've probably done something very, very impressive, but I'm not sure what yet. I guess I'll find out when I edit last week's episode.
And Arook,
Yes.
it's your turn.
Okay.
There is a kobold wearing a cowl and magicy standing next to Methuselah. And he's the only live enemy that you can see in this room.
Okay. And
It's slightly smoky. There is an incredibly bright light coming from a crystal that is on the floor.
No, in Fickle's hands, isn't it?
No, you
No,
drop
I
your head.
dropped it.
It's on the floor.
The DM said it was
bye.
so hot that you pop it out of your tunic.
Yes, that's what
I
you
think
can
that
see.
website's so hot
Okay.
you pop
Am
out
I
your-
am I on the floor or have I got up since your
You
word
probably.
stuff?
I think when your lung reinflated, you probably got on all fours. Do you know what I mean? Like a Yoda kind of thing.
Am I
You
on
probably
all
barked like a dog.
I don't know. Do you want to be on all fours?
I mean, I don't really want to
You
be on all
decide what position
Yeah.
you're
What's
in.
wrong with being on all fours?
It's just quite brown towel.
It's very grounding. I don't
So
know.
I
if
would need
that's
to
the-
take an action to stand up then.
I'll let you have some of your
No,
movement. You don't
actually,
need
to stand up is half movement.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna half movement stand up.
Yeah.
Can I try and heal myself?
Oh, he's got
Do I-
fucking healing.
No. Is it?
I don't think he does. No.
Okay, I don't then.
No.
Let's
Pull the
finish
arrow
off this
out.
bastard.
Have you got any
then we'll heal
range
up.
things to finish off this kobold?
Yeah, I'll do Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Ray of Frost.
Roll
Freeze
it.
him in place. You shaman master.
Oh, did I find anything? No, I didn't. We used
You
to have
didn't
a
search the
crystal.
body, yeah.
20.
Yeah. Nice.
Give him the dice.
I'm imagining that last episode he would have been quite pleased if you had some of those 20s.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Well, I think is this how much damage does Ray of Frost do? Because it's automatic critical damage.
D8.
It does 1d8 cold damage.
So it's already 8 damage. Is that enough to?
Let's roll it anyway. The
So is-
percentage.
Head
Yeah.
freezes.
1.
For God's sake.
I don't know where it went.
There's another D10,
It's
Robin.
under your
It's
bottom.
90.
Oh, there you go.
Is it 90?
Do it properly. No, it's
Huh?
not.
No, you have to go in the tube. We know this.
100.
1.
1.
No, that's 10 on me.
Yeah, you stupid DM, not knowing how to do a. What, oh no! It turns out Robin. You got 1.
Yeah,
out
I
of
did.
100.
Your freeze ray comes out, and the snout of the kobold just goes white, and then the white sort of jumps all the way down his snout into his whole head, and his whole head just becomes like this cubed, sort of like frozen solid head, and with the weight of it, he falls forward.
Can
and
I know it's not my turn, but can I bonk him on the head when it's frozen?
No, because as he falls forward, his snout hits the floor and shatters, and the head shatters on the floor, kind of like in Demolition Man, where
I say, ooh, Arook, ice work.
Stallone kicks. I forget the actor's name actually.
Ice.
I got it.
You remember the end of Demolition Man? Stallone kicks the guy in the head,
Wesley
and
Snipes.
his head's
Wesley
with
Snipes.
Snipes. That's it. Yes, and his head explodes.
So that was an acceptable pun this time. Much better than the Joaquin Phoenix.
I missed it. What was the pun?
Ice work.
Oh right,
There's no.
you're just a little bit
Then
further
one
away from
pun
getting an
is
inspiration
acceptable.
point again.
There's been no pillowing. this
No, okay.
episode.
I thought you were going to do another pun there.
Yeah.
The lowest form of wit. We
So
put the light on stroke. That's changed.
I love it. It's because we're in combat.
It
Not
does
anymore.
make it seem more dramatic. Yeah, off it goes because we're not in combat.
the room.
Green serene.
He's such a
So
good.
the room is yours.
No, it's interrogate. Oh
I
no, his
start
head's
si-
been frozen.
I start sizing the wall up for wallpaper, armchairs. Oh, you mean we don't own the real estate?
No.
I'm going
Okay.
to go and get the second crystal off this frozen guy.
Yeah, it's free run, so it's we're out of combat. So
I'm
whoever
just
wants
going to
to.
start wandering over to go and get it. I'm not running.
Fickle and Sita are going to shout to them. We need to hide because the gnolls are here. We're going to hide in the poo room so they can't smell us.
We can't. We'd have to go up the stairs where the gnolls are. We're down at the very bottom, and the poo room's at the very
I know,
top.
but there's no other exit.
Yeah, so I don't know how we're going to get to the poo room.
Well, we're going to stealth up the stairs and try and escape.
Why
the
do we
poo
want to
room.
go to the poo room?
Tully has literally blocked that set of stairs and closed the door like they're coming.
Yeah.
Like Hodor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Tully's gesture there was very much, oh boy, we fucked down here.
I think his gesture was very much. Is he on the outside of the room or inside with us?
Inside with you.
Okay.
So he's like shut the door like, uh-oh.
So is there?
I think it'd be really weird if he shut you in from the
no,
outside.
it'd be good because then you wouldn't have to play an NPC.
No, I like playing Tully.
Oh,
I think Tully's actually one of the favourite characters I've ever played.
And go up the
back and
thingy.
go up and out. I mean, we'd have to leave the crystal here.
Are there any other exits to this room?
There is another door on the other side.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah, let's
Fickle
do
and
that.
Sita are going to do a run for it and try and hide from the gnolls.
Methuselah's not got long left, so
And before she goes, she kisses Methuselah on the forehead.
no, Methuselah's busy. Methuselah turns.
You're
to his-
rejecting the kiss from your
It's-
beloved.
because he's not got long left. He turns to the two remaining mirror images. They put their staffs up together in the air and they shout, "Lizard Battle Royale!" And they all get on the floor and lizards come out of all their sleeves and there are 6 lizards fighting. And then 20 seconds later, 4 of the lizards and 2 of the Methuselahs just dissolve into air.
So I sort of step over this and go, crystal, like, oh, that's fascinating. I'll get this crystal.
And
This seems an important artifact.
Fickle's out the door.
So you've gone to the
Other door.
other door
Yeah.
and opened it. Okay. You open it. There is another little corridor.
I say, Sita, do you know where this corridor leads?
No, I've never been down here before.
Okay, keep your eyes open so we can have advantage on perceptions, and let's go.
Eyes wide open.
And keep rubbing my ears. I think that makes us lucky.
Okay.
I'm going to go and see Tully with my 2 crystals now.
So you've got 2 crystals on on what appears to be a necklace. It looks like they've how do I describe it? You know, a Kilner jar. They have that
Yeah.
like lit. It's got like a kind of clamp around it, like
Right.
that you could undo it and take the
Okay.
crystal out if you so wished.
I suggest you wear it, Burnham. I think it's what gives them their power to steal our souls.
I'm thinking about putting it on in a second, but first of all, is there anything in the room I could use to bar this door closed? Like, did Marine Craics have weapons of any form, like a staff?
Yeah, they had little little staffs. Yeah.
So can I use them to try and wedge the door closed?
Yeah, you're not sure how secure that would make it. Really, there's nothing like.
What about all those machine parts? There are none of those in here?
No, this
Okay.
room is clean. This appears to be
Just
almost
dusty.
like a sort of sanctuary, kind of like it's got a monasterial feel to it.
And then I'll use, I'll try and wedge the dead bodies under the door. So I'll grab them and try and sort of snap
Okay.
bones under the door and stuff like that. That body that got eviscerated,
Oh my god.
I'll try and... Burnham doesn't mind getting bloody. Like,
He's like a reaver.
yeah. So if there's I'll get one of their hands and shove it under the door, the fingers under the door, so you can't push it open.
Right.
Any of their knobs? You can put their knobs under the door?
Well, if I think it'll help. But that one that got ripped in half, I think it got ripped in half right down the knob.
Oh, yeah. That's the compromised knob right there.
Compromised knob.
Okay.
DM, how compromised was the knob?
Incredibly compromised.
And then
Incredibly.
I put my ear to the door and I see if I can hear anything.
Is
You can
anybody
hear
else
this.
turned on right now?
Yes.
Good.
Well,
Compromised knobs.
right.
Bookmark
You can
it.
hear sounds of battle.
Okay.
Maybe they'll all kill each other and then we can just walk away.
Where is the sound coming from? Can we
Compromised
tell whether
knobs
it's
is
from
probably
the
a
doorway
good
or the
one.
block doorway or up or
Upstairs.
upstairs?
Yeah,
Okay.
from where you came from, I think.
Sure. Which is now what Tully's blocking.
Yeah.
Methuselah has an idea. If this knoll that Burnham stamps on had a crystal around his neck, what about the other bodies? Can he check those?
Well, I've got 2 of the crystals now. I got the ice one and the one I killed.
Okay. Can I have one?
Well, you can get the one that fell down the...
Can I get the one that fell?
The one that fell down didn't seem to be wearing one.
Oh, shitters. There must be... How many did we kill in here? No, only 2.
Yeah,
Yes.
the others ran away.
May I have the other one,
So there's a
Burnham?
crystal that is incredibly bright on the floor, and there are 2
You can
crystals.
have the big main one if you want.
No, because I think that one does horrible stuff, and your 2 does life-giving stuff. I'm a powerful wizard, you see, and that's what I think.
Yeah, I know, and I hand it to Tully. And me and Tully put on our necklaces.
Right.
Because we're also dressed as kobolds still.
The necklace doesn't seem to have changed in its intensity of light. It's just sort of a softer glow at the moment. Doesn't seem to have changed in intensity of light or heat.
The R ones, or the one that's on the floor?
Your ones.
Okay.
The one on the floor. Everyone roll me an insight.
No.
16.
No. Works.
Plus, have you got any
He
plus
must
on
have
your
pluses
insight?
on that.
It's under wisdom.
His is more difficult because he wasn't in here to start with. Fickle,
17.
it hasn't got any brighter, but it is like blindingly bright.
I reckon if we whack it, it'll get brighter, because I think if you put energy in, maybe, then it stores the energy, perhaps. Maybe physical attacks make it brighter.
Should we take it with us?
We definitely shouldn't leave it here.
Why don't we kick it like a football?
And we could use some of the... were the kobolds wearing clothes?
Yes,
Yeah, cloaks.
They had cloaks, so I could wrap it in one of their cloaks. Is it
yes.
hot enough to burn through a cloak?
What you're going to swaddle it and carry
wrap it and sort
or
of-
is that so you don't burn your hand? Yeah. You think that if it was left in there for a significant period of time, it would probably damage the clock. Yeah.
No, I'm not worried about it damaging, as long as it doesn't sort of immediately burst. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it, and I'm going to follow then follow Fickle
Okay.
and Sita out of here.
Okay, Fickle opens the door. There is another little corridor, pitch black, straight in front of you.
You have.
Yeah, we both have dark vision.
Okay, you can see the corridor leading in what appears to be a little room with not mattresses, because obviously D&D there aren't mattresses, but sort of
Bed rolls?
bedded areas, like bedrolly type areas.
And are there any exits out of that room?
From where you can see at the moment, no, it doesn't appear to be.
It's dead end.
There doesn't appear to be anything.
So whose bedroom do
Have
I...
you walked directly in there, or are you just sort of in the hallway?
Does the
Or
corridor still go on?
no?
So the tiny corridor leads to a bedroom. Whose bedroom do I think it is? Like Mooncrack's bedroom, maybe?
It looks like yes.
I start searching and I pop Sita out of I guess she's in my bag on my back, and I say, start looking for anything that can help us. So books, artifacts, anything you would have seen in your elven childhood that looks
Okay.
magical.
There is a chest at the end of the room.
Is it a mimic?
I'm going to be really bad. Yeah,
Yes, that's a mimic. So
We didn't kill that chest earlier, so it
No,
can
it's
settle down
still,
here.
it's still around,
So
isn't
I-
it?
The carpet.
I'm going to ask Sita to search the room for anything. And I'm going to examine the chest.
What alignment?
And
are
I
you?
say, Sita, if you see a carpet, come to me, don't touch it.
Right.
I feel like we're friends of the carpet.
Yeah, he seemed pretty sound.
Is that okay? So she's searching the room, like looking around, scrambling across things.
Yep.
And I'm going to examine the chest for traps. So it's 15, and I guess that's insight, right? Or is it perception?
15. You're searching for
17,
traps.
yeah. To see if I can open this chest.
So, but what's that for? That to search for traps.
To search the chest to see if it is trapped.
The chest is not trapped. It doesn't appear to be trapped.
Okay, I open the chest.
Hmm?
I open the chest.
What? Sorry.
Why did they get me so weird about it?
And it is a normal chest.
Oh, right, he was just being intense. I just didn't know he didn't understand. I was like, oh, it was so tense, I got genuinely fooled.
Listener, if I could just describe the eyes that the DM was making, I think any of you, male or female, may have fucked him in that moment.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that is a very pleasant reaction. I wanted to hit him with something.
Yeah, I was like, what's wrong with him? Just let her open the chest.
Those weren't the eyes that I was going for.
No. I think very much someone's putting their own feelings on the situation there.
Right. The
Oh wait, I've taken my glasses off.
Right, I guess I'll turn the podcast off if this is what's happening.
So the chest opens. It is a normal chest. And inside are some scrolls, paperwork,
Exciting.
and some miscellaneous jewels and such like. All of which appear to be blue in colour.
Okay, so I think the others are coming, right? Anyway, you guys have. Can I hear them coming down the corridor?
Once I've seen you gone down there and it's just a room, I'm just
Yeah.
sort of waiting at the end of the corridor. I just wait for you
So
guys to
I
come
just
in.
yell. I say, "There's no exit here, but there's some scrolls and stuff."
You can find a few potions and such like in there as well.
Okay, so what kind of potions can I find?
You being a bard, seeing magical, you reckon you would recognise them as healing potions.
Okay, so I just throw everything in my backpack.
hmm
And has Sita found anything in the room?
She doesn't appear to have found anything particularly
Useless.
of use to you.
Okay.
Cut the dead wave.
So the scrolls and the documents we found, is there anything with drawings of like a well with light in it or any kind of nefarious dark plans? Like in a Bond villain's hideout?
I'm not sure any of you guys can... There's stuff written in Draconic.
I can speak Draconic.
No, I can.
Can you?
see-
Yeah.
Because if so, you can understand kobolds and stuff, so this whole entire campaign is like different.
Where are my languages?
You must have quite a few.
I normally pick Draconic for Fickle. Hang on. Languages. Oh, I haven't written it down. I can speak Common, Elvish, and Draconic. But thingamybobs don't speak Draconic. Only dragons do.
Koboldi.
Huh?
They speak Koboldi, don't they?
What do kobolds speak?
It's kind of...
Tribaldi.
Well, we
Yeah.
better start this campaign again.
Let's never go
I don't
to
think
that
you. I don't
town.
think you ever mentioned you could speak Draconic.
You never asked.
Yeah, it's true.
You've never mentioned Draconic.
You
No,
never
true.
asked what languages I can speak.
No.
I can speak Welsh.
Well, we had Kobold speaking Koboldi, but they actually speak a sort of form of Draconic, don't they? I think. I'm not sure.
Hang on a minute. We went to a Dragonborn village, didn't we? What were they speaking?
They were speaking Common/Draconic.
Okay. I'm just worried. I'm sure she does, but I'm worried in case I'm cheating.
Whatever,
Having a
well-
look up at the 5e thing, it looks like
Yeah. Well,
kobolds
they speak
a
their own
dialect. of it.
dialect.
Okay.
So maybe you couldn't understand the kobold speaking, but the written language you can understand, and that'd explain why you can understand the Dragonborn.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
There's that saying retcon, so there's a internal logic there.
Yeah.
So in the paperwork, there are randomly this scrawlings, almost like a sort of inventor or of madman. It appears they've tried a lot of things. The kobolds, they've written down lots of things to try and steal power, encourage growth, all that kind of stuff. There's some really random things in there, like little tick lists of things he had to do, like collect all the acorns from certain trees in a forest. It just doesn't seem like there's any reason why they want to do that. But it's almost like
Classic Naya. Classic Naya. He loves making you do that stupid bullshit.
Are you saying that?
If you're regaling what is on the lists, that's what I say.
I say, who is this goddamn Naya? Why is she interfering in our quest?
Because it's a trickster god.
Burnham,
Yes. I mean,
he's talking about trickster gods.
that's fine.
Is
You
this
can
anything
worship-
to do with you?
I don't worship a god. We have no god in our faith. We just have a philosophy.
You better just tell us who this Naya
Who's
is.
us? Why am I bothered?
Where's the orc fella? Is he here?
I'm still in the other room.
No, we drag him with us. I can't bear
We
Robin.
knock him out again and drag him.
I can't bear Robin's independence. Let's fetter him to us.
marry me.
Oh, what sort of religion is that you worship a trickster god?
I wasn't always a powerful wizard.
Like Arook.
What were you before you were a powerful wizard?
I was a failed wizard.
Oh.
Well, you're very powerful now.
I am, but I am a charlatan. My power is fake, and it's a forfeit of Naya's power. He's a trickster god, and I have to do his biddings to access his power.
Oh gosh.
But I will know more.
Husband, what has brought this change upon you?
I just think he's a really big shit.
Okay.
And I'm kind of like, why the fuck have I done all this? I thought I was going to be powerful, and I ended up in the stocks of a shit old village in the middle of fucking nowhere, having all my life force stolen with a bunch of wankers.
Well, I suppose we
What bunch
could.
of wankers were these? Who was this?
I'll tell you
Has
about
this
them later.
situation happened before?
I suppose.
You'll be surprised, yes, several times.
I suppose we could class this as some kind of personal development choice. Let's look at it as that. Well, let's celebrate your independence.
Whatever. There's a shit. Yeah, this is all bollocks. He's made Mooncrack do all this stupid bollocks.
Well, my question to you is, why has he given Naya a power that allows him to steal life force, and he gave you imaginary lizards?
Well, this is one of the reasons I'm a bit annoyed, quite frankly.
So you're reading through it, and it appears that speaking with Methuselah and getting an idea of how Naya works, that perhaps Moongrak was looking for specifics in terms of power, and to get to a place where he was able to enact these aims, he was getting power from Moongrak by fulfilling these little tasks that he was being set. From the writings there, it appears that he's almost built and nurtured his own army. He's brought up these different species for different roles.
When we say he, are we meaning Mooncrack?
Moongrak,
or Daya?
yes,
Right,
yes.
Daya.
So he's been travelling far and wide to, such as like the Orc children. He's brought them here and he's raised them as his own to create a sort of an army that would be an army, not an army, a sort of cult following that would be on a different
I
level
hate cults
than if he had
that
just.
manipulate people.
I don't understand this perspective completely. This seems logical.
Than if he had just had kobolds. So his power, obviously, by having an influx of orcs and dragonborn children, would be greatly increased, rather than if it was just kobolds. When it comes to the crystals, it appears that he's tried different methods with which to almost use them like batteries to keep life force, to imbue himself with greater and greater powers and store up those powers.
All I got was Ford Whip and Craic bonfire.
So is there anything in the paperwork to show how to reverse the effects or to release the life force?
There are writings about... So looking through them, you can confirm that your life force is going to be in either one or some of the crystals here. You can see that they have been using them. So when you saw the sort of him rising up on the beam of light, you think that was him actually taking all the life force that had been stored in that crystal and actually spreading it amongst his followers and himself. So you almost think that was the opposite sort of occurrence than what happened in the town when you had all the wind going around you. So you think that might be him sharing it. So something you somehow...
So we do have to go up in the thingy.
You somehow might have to activate the crystals or get the life force out of them somehow. You're not entirely
I think we have to eat them.
No, that makes sense. But they're bigger than my fist, so...
Well, I lost interest in because it's just I thought there'd be an instruction manual
What, in
here. And
getting
there isn't a bloody instruction manual. How easy would that have been? Now we have to do more thinking. Well, maybe you can think about this, husband.
Maybe it's one of the French ones where you have to put it up your bum.
Are the characters weakening as they're getting closer to dying?
Or which characters we can...
So these guys.
Us!
Yeah.
We're a cast of characters to him.
Are those people? Those are the
No, so the whole
humans
the big
on the
No,
thing for
we
them
only
was
seem
actually-
to lose life force at night, and it it takes off our overall hit points.
Yeah.
That's been going down over night.
Okay, so in terms of your general actions and strengths,
Yeah,
something remains-
we can get back up to like our full hit points, but tomorrow they might go down another one. So like in a month we'd be dead.
Right. Okay. Fine.
It's like a wasting disease. Essentially.
Okay. Sure.
You've seen the kobolds undertake a ceremony, and you've seen them ride up on the beam of light. So you have some of the aspects of how they do it. It seems they've tried certain other different methods. It seems like they've tried, imbuing themselves with the crystals, as in like keeping them actually inside them.
I was going to say, you've seen them try to put them up their bum.
Yes, that's what he meant.
Yeah, no.
That was the implication.
Keeping them very, very close. In the paperwork, you see.
Placing to their anus.
Well, maybe not their anus, but you've seen them. You reckon if you carried those crystals around on you, there would be a very slow leech of power, but it wouldn't ultimately stop the process. You need something a bit quicker, because otherwise, you are going to die.
I say, Sita, have you seen these crystals before? Is there anything we can do with them, or are they always burning and very solid?
The small daddies, they always have them round their necks. We don't really see them outside the temple. We only go out when they take us out to play and things. We don't go up at night. They keep us here.
I think the four of us will be in the bedroom pondering, and then the camera will zoom out above
But what
us.
about on the podcast? Oh, sorry. That's what you want to do in the show.
Well, you can ponder there with the sounds of battle, drawing ever nearer.
Glorying.
Drawing
Is
ever
that
nearer.
a word, Robin? You can
Robin,
look up?
search out monasterium.
Yes, it is.
Drawing ever nearer, and you can hear actual fighting occurring. You reckon probably on the floor above you, because obviously the sound can move down that well area.
So is Tully still blocking the door?
Tully's having a rest by the door, yeah, next to all the bodies that Burnham has shoved under there.
Wonderful. So
And with that, we will have to see how you deal with this next episode.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.